Okay, so basically this is what you're going to want to do, Melissa. Let's see. First, gotta find these aces and these queens. Alright, there's one. There's two. And the aces, I think I saw them. There's one here, and there's one here. Doesn't really matter what cards you use, but I like using the black queens and the red aces. Here's your setup. Have your deck. What you want to do, I'll take the two aces. This is my way. You could do it either way. It doesn't really matter. You have the two aces, and you want to sandwich them between the two queens. Alright, so after you've got your cards set up, this is what you're going to want to do. Have your deck. Should be in pretty good condition, but this is what we're going to do. You take one queen, place that on top. Let me see if I can get a better angle here. So you take one queen, doesn't matter which one, you place it on top of the deck. You take the two aces, put those on top of that queen, and the last queen you take and you put on top of that. That much is simple. So what you want to do is you want to get their attention. And the way you do that, you know how to start off the trick. Well, sorry, my cards are slipping here, they're not patterned. But basically you show off the queen, tell them, alright, that's going to be your card, so they're going to hold on to that one. Now I know you said you were having trouble with the pinky break, so what I'm going to recommend you doing is before the trick even starts, catching it. So instead of doing, you know, okay, here's the queen and then catching, you know, your pinky break like that, what I would recommend for you if you're starting off is to already have the pinky break. And by that, what you want to do is see if we can get a better angle here. Excuse the camera angles. But what you want to do is just riffle down, kind of out of focus, but you riffle down until you get to the queen. And what you do, just keep it wedged between this muscle right here and your thumb, and hold it just so slightly with your pinky right there. And you can see from the front that you can't really tell, but just right there, keep it down like that. And what you're going to do, you're going to take the other queen and just place it right on there with its own tiny little break. So you basically have two breaks going. This might make it a little bit easier for you so you don't have to go back. Now, go back to this angle up here. Now, you have your two breaks. I don't know if you could see that. You show them the one card, the queen, okay? You said, okay, this is going to be, you know, your card. So they're holding on to that one. Then you go, okay, well, in poker, the pair for that card, for the queen of spades, you know, would be the queen of clubs. Now, you could display this any way you want, but what you want to make sure you have a good tight grip with your index finger on one of the long side of the card, your middle finger on the back side, lower back side right there, and then your thumb covering up the pip right here. So you want to make sure you could flick it and make it look like it is one card. And if you hold it tight enough, it really, you could do whatever you want. You could even, you know, say, okay, here, grab onto it and feel it, and they'll, most of the time, like I don't recommend that, but it just adds to the effect. And then from there, it's pretty simple. You know the trick already, so you take off the ace, which they think is the queen of clubs. You say you're going to switch it, you know. So now what you want to do is you have the ace in your hand. You make believe that you switch the card twice, you have them look at the card, and then the third time, you know what you do. You take them, you have them pinch them tight, you steal the queen from them. At this point, they have one of the red aces. Now, it's very important what you do with this card, because what you have to do is you have to be able to switch it from the bottom of the deck and then from the top really quickly. So what I do by that, you know, for my misdirection, I get everyone's focus on this card. So I tell everyone, look at this card, make sure I'm not doing any funny moves. Look at this card. Because when they look at this card, they completely forget about the queen that I have in my hand. So I say, really focus on this card, squeeze it tight, make it impossible. And then I say, you know, for the game, without looking. That's the rules. You can't look. Is that card the queen of spades or clubs? Without looking, and you get all their focus on that card. So then they make their guess, and you go, okay, well look, we're going to do it once more. Now this time they think they have the black queen, but you really have the second red ace. And once you're here, the trick is done. You have to sell it. You have to be able to sell the trick. So you have them squeeze it really tight. Say, make it impossible. There's no possible way that I could take these cards from you. And then you say, you know, the kicker to the trick. Is it club spade or spade club? Either way they say, you go, okay, well you would lose your money. You know, if this was a game of 2-card Monte, because those are actually both 2 aces. And that is 2-card Monte.